measure, time to let it go.
All right, well, welcome in to a Monday show of the Fat Beans Roasting Laboratory. Fat Beans here. So we're going to be doing just a real simple roast show tonight, just to get a little bit more learning. There's some functionality that this new roaster has digitally that I want to explore a little bit, and because I'm a little bit low on beans as it is, this seems like the perfect opportunity to do that. So we're just gonna quickly roast some beans. I do have somewhat of an interest in the basketball game. Not much, but I'll probably go upstairs and catch that here in a little bit. So we'll just do a quick really just for austerity's sake. And so I have it on film. So that's what we'll be doing. I'll explain that here in a minute. I'm actually going to just sure all my equipment is set up here after our show that we did on Saturday. So thanks to everyone that was in on Saturday for the first official State of the Fat Beans Summit. Houston basketball. You do, right? I am. I am the non-Muslim white version of Hakeem Olajuwon. So here it is, in all of its glory. Thanks for the questions, Misfit. Anyway, speaking of being Misfit, thanks for being in on the State of the Fat Beans Summit. Julie and I were talking afterwards, and like we were saying on the show, it was really just cathartic to be able just to talk, sort out some ideas, give some plans, keep you guys updated about what it is we're going to try to do going forward. We'll try to really stick with what we know, roasting beans, but as we try to expand and allow more people to experience the heavenly dreams that are transformed here in the laboratory, we have some ideas, with one of those major ideas being a website. And as soon as we know more about the website, we'll push that out to the rest of you beanheads so that you can get your beans, And as as hopefully as we grow, we'll put some swag on there, some merchandise, maybe even some tea. I don't know. We're just kind of going with the flow there. So what we're gonna do tonight is we're gonna bring Judy up to heat. We're gonna bring her up to 250 degrees, which is a little bit hotter than I've done in the past. I'm experimenting with a little bit hotter heat. This is in an effort to get a little bit more energy. What I'm finding with some of my roasts, especially the ones that I'm trying to experiment with, as I'm getting to the end of the roast, it's just petering out, simply meaning there's just not enough energy to really give it a nice, robust first crack. So I've been doing some educating of myself, and in an effort to hope that we can get some things kind of worked out and get it optimal level. Now, we do produce pretty good coffee out of this. The early returns from what we're getting have been positive, which is good. So I haven't lost all of my skills that I had on Judy 1 in the transformation to Judy 2, which is a relief. That's always a fear. But I do want to kind of start to tweak what I know on this machine, just so that we can really get into that optimal level that I know that this particular machine can get us to. So, really, like I said, not gonna dance around the subject too much tonight. So we'll just go ahead and load these beans. Just to give you an idea, this is a Brazilian dry process. Dry process means that when it went to take the fruit off the outside, they left the fruit on. It is a very simple process that leaves some unique flavors in it. Brazilians aren't really known for having tons and tons of flavors. In fact, Brazilian kind of gets a bad rap because they're thought to be the more commercial coffee. They're grown on huge plantations. There's not a lot of small farmers. A lot of the Amazon rainforest that you hear about being deforested, it's actually being deforested to grow this stuff. So this happens to be the contradiction to that rule. It has big bodied, which is again normal coffee, low toned. I mean, all low toned means it doesn't have a lot of high acidity notes. It does have some sweetness and hints of Brazil nut, peanut, dried prune. So a much more muted cup than I like. But the interesting thing about this, and I'll kind of explain that before I drop it, is visual ASMR. You know it is. Look. That's putting you to bed, B Misfit. See you later. Dreamland! But anyway, what this, I have the machine, and you can see it has a USB cable, and that actually hooks up right to my computer. That's how I'm able to show you. The video is buffering like super bad. Let me check mine. I've dropped no frames, so I think it's you. But hopefully not. I want you to get the full bean experience. The full bean immersion. All of it. Anyway, as you see, we are hooked up to a USB, and the USB is allowing me to communicate with the computer. One function that this machine has is that it actually allows me to find roasts that other people have done and replay them, meaning all the buttons that they pushed, it will automatically push the buttons for me. So we're going to try that out today in an effort to see if we can't do something a little bit different. Just get it all set up here, and I'll drop the beans, and we'll get going. So just a little bit of a make sure we're all set up here. You guys just go ahead and enjoy the sweet, sweet sounds. It's all figured out. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna load up, and we're gonna kind of hopefully let the computer just do its work. I'll be monitoring it just to make sure nothing goes completely haywire, but hopefully if this all goes to plan, this will be roasted purely from the computer standpoint, more so than my standpoint. Here we go. Can't get anything else figured out. So right now, the fan setting, the temperature setting, all of that is been pre-programmed into the computer. So as these numbers change, that is running off software, not necessarily running from me, which is kind of cool. Like I said, we'll have to monitor it to make sure everything stays kind of on the level, but it's just going to be kind of cool to see how close we can mimic. The more grayed out, if you're looking at the monitor here, that is the roast that the previous individual ran, and we're just trying to match our roast as much as we can to that. Looks like right now our thing is just a little bit more advanced, but we'll see. Nice thing about this stage of the game is we still got some free beans from when we bought the roaster, so if it goes horribly wrong, well, it's not the end of the world. Got a little bit of unfortunate glare there. There, that's the look. So right now I'm just checking to see if the beans are burning or scorching. Looks pretty good. Might notice a little bit of vapor coming out. That's just water. Water vapor coming off the beans. Go ahead and kick our fan here. You'll notice the power has lowered. Again, that is primarily from the computer keeping logs. Go ahead and just note yellowing happening there. Looks like our roast is going a little bit quicker. See if we can't bring that down just a bit. Kind of match up with what we had. Nice color there. Doesn't look to be any burning or scorching. That's good. I just realized I had my friend's stream on until I turned this one on, and that one wasn't skipping. Huh. It might be me. I'm sorry. Everything on my end says that we are in excellent shape, but who knows? You will notice that our blue and purple lines are a little bit going a little bit quicker. That could be because of humidity. That could be because of lack of humidity. A lot of factors at play there. I will say this roast is going much, much quicker than I anticipated. We're all developing nicely. So, overall, quality roast. Gains nice body. Got a nice brown to it. So, left it a little bit lighter in the medium range, but got a lot of those flavors. Good. Notice just a little bit of tipping. And what tipping refers to is, there's a kind of a crack at there. Very faint, but there's some notes of tipping, which would result in this getting too much heat to start. That is one thing we'll have to note. You'll notice that this chaff is very dark, and that is because of the fact that it's a dry process, meaning there's fruit that was left on the outside of the chaff that probably burnt off. Other than that, well, it's a natural process because it doesn't have the gold lines on any of the beans. It's also kind of got a red hue to it. So, give it a taste, see how it works out, but it should be pretty good. Good shape. Overall, that's the dry process. The computer didn't do me wrong. I went a lot faster. In the future, I'll have to, keep certain things in track. I don't think there's a lot of humidity in this room right now. Humidity actually plays a very big role. The more humidity is, the slower the roast will take place. The less humidity, the faster the roast will go. Right now here in Kansas City, we are at a humidity rate of about 25%, which is pretty low for springtime. And this room is not very humid. I do need to get some sort of humidity gauge in here, and that will really allow me to make some of those more subtle distinctions, and that will help me make decisions about things like preheat temperature, and hopefully by doing that, I'll have just a little bit more control. But all in all, going off of somebody else's recipe and kind of letting the computer just do the roast was, pretty good shape. It followed a good roast curve. Give you a kind of a look at what that is. But it followed a good curve, and I'm pleased with how the roast turned out. Brazilian, dry processed. So we'll cup it on Wednesday. We'll put it through its paces, see if it's actually any good, and I'll give you guys some full feedback about that. But for the most part, I think that is definitely one of the more popular elements of this bullet roaster. In that, if you really hit a home run on a roast and you want to just drop it in there, kind of let it mirror it as much as possible. Go back to back to back roasting the same thing over and over again. So let's say you got an order for 10 pounds of coffee. You could hypothetically have the same roast just dropping. And, every 15 minutes, every 12 to 15 minutes, you could be dropping in and really get 10 pounds roasted up in less than an hour, which is still very, very small. This is an artisan craft machine. You're not going to have a huge production level, but that's not really what we're trying to attain with something like this. And in fact, being able to do 20, 30 pounds and, at a night, that is probably all this little guy could do, but that's a lot of coffee. Especially the price that I'm paying for coffee, that's a whole lot of coffee being roasted at any given time. So, really interested in trying to figure out more of that feature. Solely as long as it's as long as it works out. You still need to monitor it, or should theoretically each batch be the exact same? Theoretically, but again, there's going to be variables that you need to monitor. Humidity, what number it was, you still need to monitor it. It's not going to ever be automatic. In fact, this roast went faster than the playback roast by about a minute and a half. And it showed its cards right when it dropped. When I dropped the beans in, the kind of how it turned around so much faster than whoever else did this. Meaning whoever else did this probably did it in either a colder climate or they did it in a more humid climate. Both of those things could slow the roast down. So any given day, your humidity could change. So I could have a humidity gauge in here. Humidity could be 30% one day, 50% the next day. That is going to significantly alter the roast. Now, there are things you can do to prevent that. Humidifier, dehumidifier, all that jazz. And yet, theoretically, though, on the same night, after about the second roast, it should be just doing the same thing over and over again. So, by the time you get to that second roast. So, B Misfit, did your internet ever balance out? Or did it just stay crap river? So is my video lagging for anyone else? It might be. Would be really bummed if that's the case. As far as the health of my stream, I've got no indicators that the upload is being affected. It always lags, but is it like broken? Not lags in the sense that it's behind, but is it, that was me. Is it a choppy stream for you? Because that's something we need to get it. We'll probably have to carve in and maybe make some adjustments. Is it broken up for you right now, Julie? Well, yeah, that was the best. Didn't you move out because of that internet? So not choppy. I'm pretty sure you moved. That's the reason you ended up moving out, was because the internet was so poor. Bowl's too small. Gotta get some bigger one of those things. All right. Drop it in the case there. Thing looks good. Silver skin. So there we go. Brazilian dry process, medium roast. Soak it in all of its visual goodness. We didn't have any money. I mean, it was 2005, Brandon. It was a different time. Different relationship with the internet. And let's be honest, why did you really want the internet to work so well? That's what poverty looks like, kids. That's poverty in a nutshell. Next month. That is the anthem of poverty. Next month. Okay, so we will be roasting Wednesday, doing a couple of things. Probably have a couple of roasts I'll be doing Wednesday. My dad reached out to me. He wants some, so we'll be making Big Daddy beans. a little bit of coffee for him to take home to Arkansas. I might contact P. Broger and see if he wants my parents to shotgun a little bit up to him. So we'll be doing those two on Wednesday just to get those covered. Parents will be in town on Saturday, so I'm not sure if a Saturday show will happen, but we'll put something together. Once I got Meat Spin to 2 million, that's pretty incredible. I don't know why you ever turned it off. That's the real question you got to ask yourself. Not sure, want to know what that is. Do not look that up. Do not put that on our internet browser. Do not look up meat spin. That is my PSA to all of you out there in Beanland. Just let it go. Sometimes B. Mifsud will give you some good advice, and sometimes he'll put you on the brink of prison. That's a brink. Don't touch it. It's kind of hilarious, though, so. Alright. Anyway, we'll get this cupped up. I'll give you guys full rundown of the tastes. As always, thank you for watching. If you're not following yet, follow. All it does is send you annoying alerts, but you can come see this face. And we can hang out here and talk about coffee, talk about whatever, talk about meat spin, apparently. But appreciate everyone coming in, keeping us in talking. I will listen to you, Fat Beans, and not to look that up. Yeah, just go ahead and take Fat Beans' advice, and if I will be like your B Mifsud. I'll be like your filter. I can give you the good stuff and the bad stuff. Just run it all through me first. So, anyway, trying to think. Yeah, just pretty basic week this week with roasting. Just gonna try to get through what's left of our Ethiopian here. So if you know anyone that wants it, it's not gonna last long. So if any of you out there in Beanland had become somewhat fond of this particular Ethiopian, I'm looking to kind of kill the bag sooner rather than later. So that is that. Anything else? Lisa MB, LB, and BB coming up now. Looks like we missed it. Hope it was good. So welcome in to the B clan, the LBBB clan. I wouldn't say you missed it. I mean, if you really want to see me roast another batch, but I can show you what I did. Talk about it there. So it's a dry process Brazilian. What is the unique thing we did, since Monday is kind of experiment day? The roast time, the software that I use, it has a playback feature. And the playback actually allows the roaster to do nothing. And in fact, the computer will roast the batch for you. Now, as always, you do have a little bit of control. Not that the robots have completely taken over, but what you're able to do is play back a roast. So in the case of this one, you can see, if you zoom in, there's a shadow and then there's live. You'll notice that my roast went a little bit faster. So first crack was at 7:15 as opposed to 8:37. That could be a lot of things. His ambient temperature could have been lower. His humidity could have been higher. But the bottom line is I was able to really follow many of his milestones. Made a course correction right here. And then we were able to really follow his rate of rise. His or hers. Not fair, just assume. But this... Primarily, the computer ran this roast until the end, where I made a couple of tweaks just to kind of finish it off the way I wanted to. So what the curiosity part of it is how well will this taste? All the notes that this roaster made said that they were able to get some pretty good flavor out of it. So I'm curious to see how much the computer can make a good roast. And it looks good. Smells good. And for the most part, it tastes good. Brazilians are very subtle. They don't have a ton of flavor in them to begin with. So it'll be interesting to see if I was able to extract it by a good roast. Looks good. It does have a very pretty red color, which is notorious with dry process. So that is an exciting element of that. So Lisa and Vegetable Beard, if I have you in here, we've... on Saturday, we did the State of the Fat Beans show, and we are going to offer shipping on our beans. We're also going to offer 3 sizes. That's going to be a 8, a 12, and a 16. The 16 is, I'm going to try to price that one most fair, but for those of you that are ordering, if you do order from Texas, I would recommend the 16. Because I think the shipping is going to be all about the same. We'll have to look. But the shipping, you get, so if you, that's something you guys want to do or if ever want to try, there's no pressure, but you will have the full control over me via the computer. And yes, the computer did do a pretty decent job. Like, that's a good looking roast profile, given that I only started pushing buttons towards the end. Yeah, we're sad we missed the show. I can speak for Vegetable Beard. He would like to purchase some of that Ethiopian you want to use. So, for you guys, I might just roast it up and send it. I don't know if the website will be up, but I can make some arrangements and send you guys. So we'll roast that up for you guys either Wednesday or Friday, whenever you think you can be in. If I see you guys in the chat, I'll just be like, it's Vegetable Beard Hour, and we'll roast you up some of this Ethiopian before it's gone. The Ethiopian last ride. Nice. Uh-oh. Did those cats bounce or not? I put the bounce in just for you, Vegetable Beard, but I don't think they bounced. Anyway, another thing that we decided was I gotta go back in, see if I can't get them to bounce. I'll get the bounce figured out. Promise. Oh, there they go. Now they're bouncing. Apparently, if you redeem a highlight, they'll bounce. So, they're bouncing. Bouncing all over. How exciting it is to have the emotes bounce. Anyway, another thing that we decided, look at that. I might regret that for sure. Is that heart hands? Binoculars? Heart hands? So apparently if you highlight it, it will bounce. So I didn't know that was going to happen. Nobody did. So we'll play with that as long as it stays in vogue, and as soon as it burns itself out, then we will not be the bouncing stream anymore. But for you guys, we'll play the bounce for a while just to keep you somewhat entertained. We did throw down the gauntlet in the sense that we decided to extend a challenge to all the beanheads out there. If you can post a video, a YouTube video, and you link it to me, you can whisper it to me, text it to me, send it to my Instagram, of you destroying, yes, I said destroying, don't be too violent, but destroying a Keurig machine, and all you have to do on the video is say, Fat Beans told me to do this, and then destroy the Keurig. I will send you a free 16-ounce coffee, no questions asked. Well, your address. But don't worry about shipping. Whatever you want, I will let you take. I will open up my entire stock to you. You say I want it this, I want it roasted like this, and you get ready for pure bliss because it'll be on the way. So remember, and it would be really classy if you were playing the song from for setting a bunch of K-cups aflame. Those probably would burn pretty good, but then you'll be destroying the environment. And really the goal here, Lisa MB, is to help the environment. Save the environment. For hands. It might not be a good time to... Well, thank you, B Misfit. You're a true hero of the stream. But it might not be a good time to be burning coffee at all because we don't know how this whole shipping disaster is going to pan out with green beans. But 8 ounce for setting a bunch. You know what? Lisa, surprise me. If it's a bunch, maybe I'll send that out. But Fat Beans made me do this. Or, well, not made me, because that sounds like I took away your control. And even though, do we have free will? That's debatable. But Fat Beans told me to do this, and then you destroy the Keurig. And I will send you, I'll send you what you need. So, that's the gauntlet. It's been dropped for all you beanheads. Stand by my word, and we'll send that out as soon as I see the video. Now, if I get one video like this, my entire Twitch roasting, really internet career will have been made totally. Like that will really change my entire perception of social media and the internet. So any special soundtrack we should play to the destruction. If you've ever seen Office Space, the track that's being played while they're destroying the copier would just make it top notch. So that would be the preferred method of destruction. So if you destroy the Keurig machine while playing the song from Office Space, that would be great. But remember, Fat Beans told me to do it. Destroy a Keurig. Hey, welcome back. We're just we're having a little fun talking about destruction of Keurig machines. So I've dropped the gauntlet that anyone that sends a video to the stream or to my Instagram of people destroying a Keurig machine and sends a video that says, Fat Beans told me to do it, I will send them a free 16-ounce bag of coffee as well as specific instructions about how to now brew my new coffee now that you made me destroy my coffee machine. And we'll send that out. So don't forget to wear eye protection. That's good advice, Vegetable Beard. You're always looking out. So we'll see if that's the case. And as always, if you're ever looking for any advice about what else to be doing, but yes, Z439COR00. Well, good to have you back. Did you go and try a pour over? Quick, buy broken Keurigs on eBay. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do for a while. But I'm just curious to see if it's actually going to happen. So it's been, and we'll play the video here live on the stream, and you'll become instant internet fame with all of our clout here in the Bean Lab. Now, normally I don't promote violence, promote a very even keel. Only really way I get hyped up is by indulging in some sweet beans. But see if we can do that. So that is my homework assignment to you, beanheads, all of you out there. Also, like I said, Z439COR000. If you did try a pour over, let us know. Tell us what you thought. He told us last stream that he only drinks Keurig, which, not attacking the drinking method, but I do. If you've never drank a pour over or some sort of specialty coffee, I'd recommend it. It's definitely a big change from what Keurig can do. So it was kind of cool. Thanks for all of you that came in late. You extended the stream a lot further than I thought it would, so that's always fun. We just get to kind of cut loose a little bit and shoot the breeze towards the end. That's it. In all actuality, that's the major reason why I do the stream, is just to come in here and just to kind of sort through a Monday with all the beanheads. So appreciate that. I guess I'll go watch this midnight basketball game that's playing. For some reason, they have it on so late, but whatever, it's basketball. Other than that, I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll be roasting a couple of batches of Ethiopian, including Vegetable Beard and Lisa. If you guys show up on the stream, just throw it in the chat, and I will roast you guys up something and get it sent out to you. For the rest of you beanheads that are wanting to try some of the Fat Beans, we'll be getting a website up really hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, and we will start that. Other than that, it was good hearing from you guys on a Monday. Always a pleasure. Be here, so I'll see you guys on that side of it. But more importantly, as always, please remember, stay caffeinated, be easy, and I will see you guys. Yeah, watch your beans be roasted live. That's kind of the cachet of the Bean Show. But as always, I'll see you guys on the other side. The old bald spot there. But it's been real, and bye-bye.